So this is Tom. He's been with us a few months, but he's learning this a little bit about how to pick his feet up. But I thought I'd use him as our example how we teach you how to teach your horse to pick his own feet up. Before you start, might give you a bit of a tip. If you want the number one thing, you want your horse to stand still and be relaxed and be happy to stand there while he picks his feet up for you. So rather than just get him out of the pasture and expect him to just suddenly want to stand there, we might do a few things like this and move him around and let him express himself a little bit, move his feet, roll his hind quarter away, do a few things, maybe get him to back up, go over that way. Just play a bit of ground games with him, disengage his hind quarters, and then allow him to stand still. He'll probably lick his lips and I can come in. And the first thing you want to teach your horse is firstly to make sure he's safe and you're safe. The number one step in teaching your horse to pick up his feet is, can you touch him all over? First off, and if you're not sure, I suggest you get some sort of an extension of your hand, like a stick like this, and make sure with safety you can touch him all over. Can you rub him under the belly line? Can you rub him on the front legs? Can you rub him on the back legs? And can he not take offence at that? And if he does, well, that's your first lesson. If he was to get trouble about us touching, the key is using approach and retreat and rhythm and relaxation until he learns to accept that touch. Because eventually, whether it's your stick or whether it's your rope or whatever it is, you want it so you can touch him and his legs, all four of them, all over, in such a way that he's safe and relaxed and doesn't mind you handling his feet. Let's face it, if he doesn't trust you enough to touch his feet, there's no point trying to teach him to pick them up. So first things first, have him cooperative and comfortable with that. It seems obvious, but it's the most important thing. He's got to be relaxed enough, trust you enough to be able to have his feet handled. So you really can't do too much of this. And here's a tip: if he was troubled, if he wasn't as quiet as Tom and as accepting, here's how you go about it. I mentioned it earlier, approach and retreat. Rub the rope around his leg, and if he has to move his feet, allow him to move, but keep the rhythm going. Don't take it away. Just keep doing it. Not necessarily any harder, maybe a bit softer, but just keep doing it. If he needs to move and he's troubled by that, but the second he stands still and it seems to accept it, that's when you quit. That's the key to getting horses used to things. You don't quit when they're troubled. You just understand that they're troubled and you help them get used to the stimulus, where they discover it's not going to hurt them. So whether it's a front leg or a back leg, and here you can do it safely. I'm standing up the front, but I can use this rope or the stick, but getting used to it. If he was to kick out at that, just keep doing it. Don't get mad, don't get hurt, don't get scared, don't get angry, but just keep doing it. And the second he stops and considers it, that's when you quit. And interestingly enough, after a while, a horse will learn. In fact, this is one of the keys to horsemanship. It's not what you do, it's when you stop doing it. So when he's accepting and cooperative, that's when you take it away. If he's troubled and bothered, you keep doing it to a degree. So number one, first lesson in teaching your horse to pick all 4 feet up for you is have him happy, comfortable, touching all 4 legs, and in such a way he doesn't take any umbrage to that. So that, number one, lesson one, in teaching your horse to pick up his feet.